Tyler had been doing food delivery for almost 2 years by the time it happened. He worked the late shift by choice, fewer restaurants to compete with. Faster routes, better tips from people who appreciated someone showing up at midnight without complaint. He drove for a platform out of Columbus, Ohio, and knew the east side routes well enough to run them half asleep. He was good at the job. Reliable, the kind of driver who never canceled an order. That habit almost cost him something he still can't name. It was a Thursday night in November 2022, and Tyler was 11 minutes from the end of his shift when the order came in. Single item, already paid, customer tip included. The delivery address was on Garfield Avenue, a residential street on the far eastern edge of his zone, one he didn't recognize. The GPS showed a narrow road running through an older section of the city, lined with properties spaced far apart. The kind of neighborhood where the streetlights are old and spaced too far apart to do much good. He almost passed it to another driver. The time, the distance, the unfamiliar street. Every instinct a delivery driver develops over 2 years told him to let it go. He accepted it anyway. The drive took 18 minutes. The GPS led him off the main road onto Garfield Avenue, which narrowed almost immediately, old trees growing overhead close enough that their branches met in the middle and turned the road into a tunnel. The houses sat far back from the curb, mostly dark, mostly quiet. He watched the address numbers count down on his screen. He pulled up to the house and sat in the car. Every window was dark. Not the darkness of a house where everyone had gone to sleep. The other kind. The kind that accumulates over months. The front porch had nothing on it. No furniture, no welcome mat, no potted plant, no single sign that anyone had stood on it recently. The grass along the front walk had grown in a way that takes an entire season to achieve. Tyler called the number on the order. It rang twice. Then something happened that wasn't connection and wasn't voicemail. A half-second of open static, like a line picking up in an empty room. And then silence. He tried again. Same result. He sat for another 30 seconds. The order was paid. The food was getting cold. He grabbed the bag, walked up the front path, and crouched to set it on the bottom porch step. The door opened, not wide, 4 inches. One smooth, deliberate motion, stopping precisely at 4 inches and holding there. No face in the gap. No hand on the door, just the opening itself, and from somewhere inside the dark beyond it, a voice. Barely qualifying as a voice. More like the idea of one, just leave it at the door. Tyler set the bag down and walked back to his car. He didn't run. He made a conscious decision not to run, the way you do when something in you knows that running would mean fully acknowledging what your body is already reacting to. He got in, locked the doors, and opened the app to mark the order complete. It was already marked delivered. Timestamp showing completion 6 minutes earlier. Before he had pulled onto Garfield Avenue, before he had even seen the house. His phone buzzed. An in-app message from the customer account. Wrong order. Come back. Tyler put the car in drive and pulled away from the curb. He watched the house in his mirror as he moved down the road. Dark windows, still porch, the bag sitting on the bottom step, exactly where he'd left it. Then, he saw the figure, standing in the middle of Garfield Avenue, directly under the one functioning streetlight on that stretch of road. Still. Facing his car. Holding something at his side. The delivery bag. The same bag he had placed on that step 15 seconds ago. Tyler did not stop. He drove to the end of Garfield Avenue, turned onto the main road, and kept driving until he was surrounded by traffic lights and open businesses and other people's headlights. He pulled into a gas station lot, sat under the fluorescent lights, and didn't move for 10 minutes. He filed a report with the platform the following morning, explained the situation as clearly as he could. The investigation, such as it was, found this. The delivery address on Garfield Avenue had no registered residents. The property had been listed as unoccupied since 2018. The customer account that placed the order had been created at 11:40 that night, using a temporary email address that had already been deleted by the time the report was filed. No one had officially placed that order. Tyler still drives delivery, different zone now. The west side, well away from Garfield Avenue and the eastern routes he used to know so well. He kept the late shift, but he doesn't accept orders that come in within the last 20 minutes anymore. Some tips, he says, cost more than they pay.